Okay, this is our 2023 makeup tutorial. For most of the stuff, I'm gonna go pretty quick because I think you guys know the base pretty well now, and we're just switching up the eyes. So, face is clean, moisturized. I'm gonna put on some Aquifer to my lips so that way when we do lipstick, they're not all cracky, and you know, the lipstick will go on smoother. Okay, first is foundation. You can use whatever kind of foundation you want. You can use your fingers, you can use your brush, you can use whatever. Just make sure that it is the same color as your skin, or as close as you can get it. We don't want it darker than your skin tone. We want it the exact same color. So just putting that on the whole face, evening everything out. Okay, step one. Done. Okay. I'm gonna go down the neck a little bit more. Step two. Optional step, concealer if you want it. Not mandatory. Just if you want a little bit more coverage in certain areas, that's what you will use. Okay. Next is bronzer. Contour kind of. Okay. We're just gonna do that around the forehead, cheeks, and around the jaw, neck area. So we want to try not to go from the hollows of your cheek down. You want to go from the hollows of your cheek up. That way you're not having darkness right here. Okay. Then blush. On the apples of the cheek. Boom. Done with the base. Okay. Another optional step if you want to fill in your eyebrows, you can do that. Don't go crazy. You don't want to look like you have two just thick black lines. If you have blonde hair, don't use a dark brown pencil. You want to find one that is just slightly darker than your eyebrow. So like a light-ish brown. It will help kind of define your eye area to do your brows, but it's absolutely not a necessary step. If you do want to fill in your brows, I use two colors. I have like a darker one for the outside and a lighter color one for the center. If I use all the dark one, it feels just really heavy for me. Okay, so there's that. Now we're gonna go in for our eyeshadow. Okay, first thing is you're gonna want like a flat-ish brush, and we're gonna get it a little wet. Just a little, nothing too crazy, because we're gonna use the lightest pink pearly shade. There we go. And because it's so light, getting it wet makes it a little bit show up a little bit better. So we're gonna put that on your eyelid, and I'm just kind of going halfway. On both sides. From the inner corner to the center. Then I'm going to use the flip side and get it wet a little bit and use the darker shimmery pink for the outside half. Then, using not the flat side, more this side, I'm going to kind of go over the center so it's not a harsh line. Just kind of blend the two colors together. Do the same thing on the other side, halfway, using the flat side, and then flip it and blend it in. You can also just kind of go in with your fingers too. There, so we have a light inside and a darker outside. Then I'm going to take a fluffier brush for this taupey pink color. And then my advice for this part, anything that has to do with your crease or above your eyelid, do it with your eyes open and looking straight ahead. So we're going to go over on the brow bone and up, not all the way to the eyebrow, but swishing that back and forth. So for some eye shapes, if you do this with your eyes closed, when you open it, you won't see this shade. So by doing it with your eye open, you know exactly what it's looking like. So I'm going from the inside all the way to the outside, kind of stopping. If I took this and went from my nose to the outer corner of my eye, that's kind of that's the shape we're looking for. So I'm not gonna go take the eyeshadow past this line. If you don't trust yourself, you can use tape to follow that line, or later when we're done, you can take your foundation or concealer on a tiny brush and like clean it up. Okay, next is our darkest shade. With this, we're gonna go from keeping it fairly small, so I'm using the very tip of the brush, and I'm gonna go here and then fan it out a little bit towards the corner so we lift the eye. Go in light at first, because you can always add more, but you can't, once it's on there, you've messed up or added too much, you kind of have to start all over. So if we go small and add on, that's the easiest way. So I am going to start where I want it the darkest and then go that way. Again, I'm doing it with my eye open, so I know exactly what it looks like when my eyes are open, which they will be on stage. Going through to here, keeping that small and thin, and then flipping the brush as I go out to make it a little bit bigger. So it's tight to my eye and then fans out. Same thing on the other side. Going in tight. So about right here where my eyebrow lifts up, that's where we want it the darkest. Okay. Then I'm gonna just take the light color fluffy brush and go over the edges so it's not too harsh of a line. There. So the center is the lightest. We have the lightest color in the center, and then it flares out from there. Okay, almost done. Next is, oh, I should have grabbed a smaller mirror for this. That's okay, we'll make it work. Okay, so we're gonna line the whole eye and follow this line that we made with our eyeshadow. Again, it's going from the end of my nose to the corner of my eye, and that's gonna be my liner shape. Okay, you want to get as close as you can to your eyelash. And then what I do is I go draw my line first, my flick, and then connect it, and then there's like a little space and I fill it in. And then I use my fingernail to make it just a little bit sharper. So same thing on the other eye. Using little tiny strokes. And then draw the outside line. Then go across, connect it, and then fill in that little space. Then taking a tiny brush and I'm just cleaning up that edge. Then I'm going to take that little brush that I used for the dark purple and just the tiniest little tap. I'm going to use that to go on the bottom lash. Not super heavy, just to define that lash line. Okay, and then last step for eyes is mascara and fake lashes. I have lashes, but I don't have glue. So I'm just gonna kind of talk you through it. So for your lashes, you're gonna want to make sure that you measure them and cut them to the width of your eye. If it's too long, it's gonna look funny on the outside, or it's gonna be poking you in the eye on the inside, or both, and then that's just not good. So cut it and make sure that it's the same width as your eye. Make sure you're cutting it from the outside edge, which will have the longest lashes. If you cut it from the inside and cut off those short little baby lashes, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. So make sure you cut it from the outside where the lashes are the longest. Okay, so once you've got it cut, you're just gonna put a little bit of mascara on. That's gonna help kind of conceal the difference between your real eyelashes and the fake lashes. So mascara, you're gonna glue, put a little bit of glue on the eyelashes, or they make eyeliner glue. So it's black, you put it on like you were lining your eyes, and then you just plop the lash on. It works really well. If you're using glue, just a little bit, blow on it, let it dry a little bit so it's tacky and it's not going to slip and slide around. Glue the lash on, let it sit, go back in with a little bit more mascara, pinch the lashes together. There you go. If you get mascara on your under eye, above your eye, anything, usually if you don't touch it, let it dry, and then it should flake off. Okay, last step is powder. It's gonna go in kind of where things can get oily, or where like you might transfer some onto your costume. Powder that. Optional step, if you like it, go for it. If you don't worry about it. Some setting spray. Done. Makeup. Okay, hair. Make sure your hair is nice and brushed out. It is your preference whether you do this with wet hair, dry hair, dirty hair. I do recommend that if you like to do your hair when it's a little dirty, that's fine. But if someone is doing your hair for you, make sure it's clean. Okay. So we're gonna part the hair down the middle. My hair is very tangly. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to part it and then comb it, brush it in about the shape that I'm going to put it in the ponytail. So I want everything, before I start putting it into the hair tie, I want to make sure that it's as smooth as I can get it. It's a lot easier to get it smooth when it's not in the hair tie. Once you've got it in the hair tie and you're smoothing it, then you're getting all the little bumpies at the base of the ponytail. So then, once I've got it smooth, I use a spray gel. It's just a lot easier than like gel that you would put on your hands. So, comb all that through. And you're gonna want to make sure that you're using a lot of products like hairspray and gel because of quick changes and things like that. Your hair, if it's not super slicked, it's gonna start going everywhere. So I also recommend like a bristle brush with some tight bristles. That helps smooth everything. So I like to smooth it, gel it, and then put it in the ponytail. So for the pony, I'm going, it's like 3 fingers up from the base of my neck. There's that little bump. I'm doing it like my ponytail right on that bump. Okay. Then once that's all done, I smooth it some more. Use some more gel. Then I go comb it straight back so that it's not going down, it's going straight back. And this helps me get it even tighter. And then clip it. Depending on your hair, you can use as many clips. That's not gel. Whoops, that's my setting spray. Okay. Pull it straight back. Clip it. Use the actual gel. Then I take it out. So now that I've pulled it even tighter, then I do my final hair tie around. And if you want it super secure, you can use a second one. Make sure that your hair tie is the same color as your hair. So if you have brown hair, use a brown or black one. If you have blonde hair, use a blonde one. Okay. So it's not super slick. I could go, well, it's smooth, but I'm not going on stage, so I'm not gonna go crazy. But gel, some more gel, hairspray, and then I found that using, I forgot lipstick, eyebrow gel. It comes with a little spoolie. It really helps push all the little baby hairs where I want them. And then it holds pretty well. and you have a little bit more control than with like a big brush or comb, and it's already got gel. Okay, so that's super slick. If with both your makeup and your hair, if it feels like, yeah, I could go to school like this, it's not enough. Yeah. There, so you can see I let that mascara dry and it flaked away. So it should be heavier than your normal makeup. You should use more gel and hairspray than you would normally. I forgot lipstick. If you want to use liner, you can. Not necessary. There. Now the whole thing is done, and this is our 2023 hair and makeup.